Alright. Talk.
Hello, I'm Cat Something or whatever.
And I'm Texas Casey Jones, and we're half-assing a video.
Again.
Because Cat hasn't had something in a while, so we're doing it again. And we could be topical.
Talking about Final Destination. Probably just the first two in this video, for sanity reasons.
We're gonna talk. Well, I've seen all the way through the first two for sure.
Yes.
And then I've seen like the initial disaster, and then
of
almost everything else.
Of everything else.
Yeah, and I've seen the very end of the last one.
Yeah.
Because that's hilarious to me. But my main reason, besides it actually topical for once, and Kat hasn't done something in a while, is that Death is now just Wile E. Coyote.
If you've seen the trailer for Bloodlines,
he's just Wile E. Coyote now. So, and ADD doesn't work on actually planning shit out.
Yeah.
And this is also Kat's last couple weeks of high school. So there's shit he's doing, so it has to happen this weekend if we want to get it out before Friday. So, oh, I forgot to start the timer. His dad's camera only records about 20 minutes at a time, and then it cuts.
Yeah. Anyways, so we're just talking. I haven't had a chance to rewatch any of them, so
just stay here for the first one.
On a fandom wiki.
Yeah, he's on a fandom wiki on his phone.
All right. Final Destination release date 2000.
Oh, look, you're a senior in high school, and I was a junior in high school.
Anyways.
Oh, shit. That's going to be noisy as hell. I forgot to turn off the AC. I did that in my own video, too. My intro is really loud in the background.
The doo-doo, like it's the freaking mysterious creature from Fallout. Anyways. Plot.
Do we really need to go for the plot?
General basis.
Like, is anyone who's gonna, if all of the 4 people who are watching this video not know Final Destination?
I'm gonna get the video to a good length.
Okay,
Do you want me to skip, like, at least talk about initial disaster, then just jump over to the deaths?
You ask me like it's your video. I mean, I know I'm basically
like
tied you to a chair to do this video, but
I at least wanted some form of organization in this.
Oh, okay. So you wanted the 6,000 something word script that I had on my own video. It was huge.
It's like we could at least talk just for this. Okay, so it's like. Plot. Alex Murray is going on a field trip to Paris.
Yes, it's his French class is going on a field trip.
His whole class. Says on here he is feeling nervous before the flight.
Yeah, he fell asleep is what he did.
And he had a bad dream. This is like the night before the flight too.
Did he?
Sensing that something bad is going to happen is what the wiki says.
Okay, because all I remember is
there's the thunderstrike. No, that's after.
Is that what I remember is that they got on the plane and he fell asleep on the plane and he dreamed.
No, they're awake.
No, I think he fell asleep.
No, for like most. No, they're awake because in the other ones where it zooms into their eye and then zooms out, they're awake. They're just getting hit with these premonitions. But it's like the plane takes off in the premonition, of course.
And the engine blows, right? And
they explain like there's some like turbulence happens, some electrical stuff happens that shoots from seats where guess where his friends were sitting, where guess where
the way I remember it is
where all guess where all the survivors were sitting, where those electrical shit. They made it more clear the order. Like, made the order more clear.
Well, the way
in
I
later
remember it
movies.
is that the engine blew, and then the engine blew up, and they died in the order the explosion engulfed them. Which there was a whole thing with that one person who had switched seats with someone else, and they got confused with the order of death.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like,
see, that's the only problem with us not being on camera is you can't see like the wheels turning our heads while we're trying to figure this shit out.
If we ever get into, if we ever do more like animated.
I just thought of something. I should have made Cheetor a little graduation cap. That would have been cute and adorable. Anyway, continue. ADD.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
But it's like, okay, plane explodes, but then, he wakes up. Or, I think he actually does fall asleep. Alex, at least. Because the other ones, they were awake.
Loading the plane.
Yeah. It's like, at least for Alex, like, 100% he is asleep, but everyone else, they were awake when they got hit with the premonition.
Yeah, but this is the OG original one that...
Get out of here.
Who was it?
Demon.
Beckosaurus Rex. No, please no. Don't make me edit more than I want to edit, which is 0.
Child.
Not child.
Please go.
Hello.
Please go.
Why? I blocked you out of the world.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Don't be mean to her.
Okay. So he wakes up, the whole pant freaks out because, who wouldn't after experiencing that?
Yeah, we all have to get off the plane.
Because, it's like he doesn't completely freak out. He starts freaking out the moment, like, things that he's experienced already starts happening again. That's when he truly starts, like,
like his
freaking
table
out.
breaking and something else.
And he's like, we gotta get off this plane.
Don't act that way on a plane. That bet you put on a list.
I do get involved in this one.
This is pre 9/11.
Yeah, but
which apparently you're not allowed to say on YouTube. Did you know that? It gets you flagged.
Okay.
Well, there's no way enough people see this stuff to flag us. But like the big YouTubers, like they say, oh, we can't say that because. It's on the list. It's on the imaginary list that the algorithm doesn't like.
For some reason.
Like I'll laugh my ass off if you have your little. They said the word, so we're gonna put the fact check box underneath the description before the description.
It's like
because you noticed that, right?
Yeah, it appears under
the title, right before the description.
Like, okay,
we're off topic.
Yeah, but it's like they're all like the fight. They get in a fight.
Yeah, and then there's one chick.
The one chick who has the can feel his disturbance, and then that just never gets brought up again. Like we don't encounter another person like that.
Okay, that went where. I was just going to say one of the people just got kind of accidentally shoved off the plane because it's an airplane. That's where I was going with that. I think it's the one with the pink purse or something like that.
But it's like there's that one girl that is able, that kind of has like the feel
because there's an extreme possibility that beyond rewatching some of the death scenes, 2000 might be the first and only time I actually sat and watched the movie. Because it's kind of almost as hazy as my childhood in general.
They're off the plane. They're still bickering, fighting.
Yeah, and then the teacher
and then the plane.
The one goofball guy.
It's like,
There's the blonde chick who I think just kind of got in the accidentally included because she was in the aisle.
It's like the,
And then the girl that was next to the guy, and
anyways, they're back in like the airport. Kind of.
if you want a disaster, we can have a disaster. We just put her on the table. She'll take care of the rest.
Anyways, it's like the plane explodes a bit faster than the premonition, right?
Well-
I think that tends to be what happens. Is it kind of happens a bit faster outside the premonition because
Well, you see every detail that happened when the plane takes off. You see the plane take off,
yeah,
and then they actually thought about how sound works, shockwaves work, which
Yeah.
I actually found impressive because so many times they don't account for the shock, how long it takes these things to reach things.
just
So they're like off taking off,
wasn't
and
it the
then
goofball guy? It's like, oh wait, holy shit.
no, he saw the whole thing happen. They're like, oh, he's like, oh crap, and then he actually gets down when he sees the explosion.
Yeah.
And then the windows bust out of the terminal.
Anyways, the FBI gets on
Yeah,
this
no,
because
yes.
because he's like, Alex, what the fuck? How did you know?
No, the
Did you?
FBI, yes, is
The one, what are you, a witch? Says one guy. He's like, he wouldn't be a witch.
Did he really?
Yeah, there's an actual
I just
one.
remember
And he's not a witch. And then I remember watching a video. It was like these guys reacting. It was like, he's not a witch. He'd be a warlock.
No. A witch is just well, depending on what little headcanon you're going through.
Yeah,
A warlock, the word is supposed to. I don't know if this is 100%, but it's supposed to mean that you're an oath breaker. So, witch is male or female. A warlock is a male or female.
Okay. But that was kind of what that person in that reaction video said.
I don't know.
So,
It's
I'm just-
folklore at this point.
Yeah.
It's
Back to on topic.
back on topic, but no, we must rant and go off on a tangent.
It's like they think Alex had a part in it.
As they would. If I was the FBI, I'd be real sus by a kid. Like, we gotta get off this plane, and then the plane immediately explodes.
Jumping up forward to a bit. Todd.
Is it Todd? I was gonna say the teacher.
No, Todd's the first to go after.
Is that
plane
Miss? Is that
explosion.
the?
That's the strangle.
Yeah, that's the most. I'm out to get you one of the whole thing, isn't it? Because of the water, and then it's like, haha,
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
and then makes it.
This was totally a suicide. Like, why does Death care? Why does he want to make it look like a suicide?
And then and then makes the authorities more suspicious of Alex because then he pops up at his house afterwards because a bunch of paper got shredded in a fan and then Todd up here.
Okay, and that's the other thing. Why does
Who is helping?
Why is
entity
Death
is helping?
Why is Death throwing all these? Your friend's gonna die. Wah ha ha ha.
Who?
Why?
So, oh, okay.
Things I did not ask
Claire
back in
Rivers
2000.
is the one. Claire Rivers is that one that has that like feel like ability.
She's.
Anyways, they visit the funeral home and meet William Bloodworth.
You mean Death? I'm convinced he is actually Death.
All right,
I think the actor
R.I.P.
died.
Yes.
Yeah,
he
the
did.
actor died.
Yes, Bloodline's going to be his last movie.
Oh, he did do that movie before
Yes.
that? Okay.
He did all the scenes.
Was he sick? Because I didn't recognize him. In the trailer, I didn't recognize him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, anyway.
They've ruined Death's design, which it doesn't entirely make sense if you really think about it, but who cares? Seriously, the rules are kind of all over the place.
It's whatever makes it weird ass.
Because it's like 5 reveals, you can just kill someone. and then get the remaining time or something. I don't.
Oh, okay, what happened was they thought if you can prevent your death again, that
Yeah.
you were free and clear, is what they thought. And that death was coming after you in the same order he was going to take you in the beginning.
But then it's like revealed with the one guy in the train. Oh.
That's why I took her collar off.
Confused, I think. And it's back to, it's like the train, it's like after
No, you're messing up the. Okay.
What was his name?
It wanted to focus on her tail.
I'm trying to figure out what.
If you're gonna be kaiju,
here's
then go
Billy.
be kaiju
I
in
think
frame.
Bill is the one. Yeah, Billy Hitchcock is the one to get hit by a shrapnel of a car. I remember
that.
train hits the car.
Yes,
they get the jock guy out.
Yeah,
And then he's like, "You're dead. You're dead. You're bringing me with you." I think it's gonna be. Then who's next? Turns.
Yeah.
Decapitate by around mouth.
Yeah.
Since it's not his full head, it's like the top portion of his head. The bottom jaw's still there, attached to his body.
Why are you looking at me that way? Go be in frame. Everybody would probably rather look at you than our little plastic avatars anyway.
Oh yeah, that was kind of a jump of in depths. Because next I think is
Is it the teacher?
No, it's
because that's the one I
Terry,
remember the most.
The jock's girlfriend
Is
next.
that the pink?
She's the one hit by the bus.
Yeah,
The bus.
I thought that was in the second one.
No, that's the first one.
Wow, it's been a long time.
It's like that, which that one just kind of happens out of nowhere.
Yeah, well, yeah, I remember, I can see it all happen. I just thought it was in the second one, where she's yelling at everybody and just kind of takes a step into the street, which is really dumb of her to do.
Bus.
And then
out
bus.
of nowhere.
Truck coon.
It was like... How big is this family?
I did tell you that story, right? About Truck Coon.
It's okay. This Max is the teacher.
Yes, that's the one.
That's
I
the
remember
one where the computer explodes.
Yes, it was one of those old monitors we used to have that weighed a million tons.
A drink
it was her
it,
tea dripped. You think it's going to be the gas line exploding? Because they make you think, because he has to be Wile E. Coyote, mad scientist.
Yeah, no, it's knife into chest and then chair falling on top of knife, which kills her.
But
also
tea's been
because
dripping
Alex
to the
was
monitor.
in there. Guess what? The police think he did it.
It's
because he fucking picks up the fucking knife, leaving his fucking fingerprints on it.
Whether you think someone's dead or not, never remove the knife, because if they're alive, you're going to kill them, and if they're not alive, then you just put your DNA and fingerprints
it
and
doesn't
shit.
help that his footprints are there from all the blood.
Yeah, so they definitely think he's some kind of survivor's guilt murdering everybody for reasons.
That
Which,
makes no sense.
to be honest, no, it makes sense.
Okay.
In the eyes of the police, it makes sense. Because how else do you...
Okay, and then of course the Billy
explain.
Hitchcock death happens. Because it skipped Carter.
Yeah, it skipped Carter.
Because they pulled him out of the car.
And then there's...
Just before the train hit.
And then we hit... So they think he's safe.
Yeah.
And then it was the one girl...
Because then next would be Claire. And the police are chasing after Alex. And then Alex just kind of gets electrocuted.
I don't remember this part at all.
His hands get all fucked. They're in bandages.
Okay.
And anyways.
In a movie.
No,
we have one more.
Yeah, because they're now. Because it's we see them three in Paris.
Yeah, and that's when the end of the movie and the death
the
comes from still.
6 months later.
Yeah. Which apparently actually happened to a chick, the Denny sign fell off and smashed her.
like who's a neon sign leads back towards Carter. And screen goes to black, but you hear the sound effects. Also, that sign, the fact that like when you see it approach him, guess what it says? 180.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
You sons of bitches.
You sons of bitches.
That was actually pretty clever. It's like this. We have a number motif.
Oh, but I also learned that the number 13 is like all over the fucking place in these movies. Okay.
Wasn't there also like that? Wait, wasn't it like As Bornton's like one of those like airport vehicles with the number 666 on it? There was also like that devil hell motif.
I don't know.
They have a lot.
I can't remember the last time I watched this movie, and I'm almost leaning toward. I only watched it the once. Oh boy. Okay.
Oh boy. Anyways.
Anyway.
Final Destination
2. Millennial Trauma.
Released 2003. You'll notice there's this, like, 3. Real quick, here's something I noticed. Final Destination 2000. Final Destination 2, 2003. Final Destination 3, 2006. Final Destination 4, 2009.
Are you reading too much into this?
The only one the only two that break that strange 3 consistency are 5 and Bloodlines, of course.
It's a coincidence.
I know, but like I find it funny that kind of just happened.
Okay, so 2. I saw 2. You still did not exist yet.
Anyways, 1 year after Flight 180, after the whole Flight 180 stuff, which would mean this movie's moving on.
Wait, what were you gonna say?
Nah, just like cause what? First one's what year is the first one supposed to take place in?
2000.
Okay. It says 1 year after.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm like, wait.
But it probably filmed the year before.
At least 2003.
No, I mean the timeline of the movie.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Anyways.
Okay.
The highway that...
Did we want to cut it here?
Sure.
So to restart before, so it doesn't cut us off mid-sentence. Okay. All right, take 2. Where were we?
The highway to hell.
Oh God! Oh God! Millennial trauma.
That's like the best way to call that.
Although if you look at in the Pacific Northwest, all the accidents that involve the logging trucks, it's a real fear you must embrace.
Those vehicles were highly explosive.
Oh shit! I need to do the thing. Yes, this is the start of the Wile E. Coyote-ness. Like the real over-the-top...
Like those vehicles were seriously highly explosive for some reason. They should not be exploding like that at all.
Yes, Pintos and Crown Vics are the only ones that explosive. Design flaws.
And also, this has a neat way of the order of how they were killed that we don't see again. Being that it's reverse of how they died in the premonition.
Why?
That's true.
So they can even stick to their own lore with the second movie?
I think Bloodworth was explaining he's trying to Death's trying to fill in the gaps because in some way all of the people that should have died in the pile-up were meant to die even earlier, but then the Plane 180 stuff kind of got in the way of that. That's how it's explained. That is... It's like the fission happened, so it's like Kimberly's friends
Could you
that dies...
If you're going to do this, can you properly be in frame? Because I don't want to adjust the camera. Kindle. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, because it's like Kimberly's friends die. Kimberly and her friends die in the end of the premonition. But are the first to die after the pile-ups happens. Like immediately after it happens.
So Death decides not to be consistent.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like now we're at the police station because, you know, massive pile-up.
Yeah.
That involved logs.
Now remember
It's
how
like
anybody
the curse
dies
of
in this
Flight
movie.
180. Elevator.
Huh?
Elevator.
Oh, the mom in the elevator,
Yeah,
yes.
that
Okay.
was...
Oh. Oh,
Why
this
was-
is also LASIK girl, isn't it? In the tanning booths?
That's 3.
That's 3? Okay, so LASIK girl was 2? Okay, I know someone gets hit by an ambulance. Is that 2?
That's the 4th one.
Did I see these movies and not remember I saw these movies?
That's the 4th one. The first second instance of a double premonition.
Come here. Get out of frame.
It's like...
Or at least
But
lay
it's like
down
they
so we
go
can see
to
your
meet...
face.
So Kimberly goes to meet Claire Rivers. Because apparently Alex got killed by a brick.
Yes,
in between
which...
movies.
Yes.
Which, what the fuck?
That happens a lot, actually.
Why in... But a fucking brick? In between movies. In between movies.
Because he didn't sign on for the next movie? I don't know.
I don't know. It's like he was... Like... Because it's like he locked himself in a fucking cabin. And... was... Like... prepared for anything, basically, that Death was going to try to throw at him.
Yeah, and she's in an insane asylum, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She put herself in it.
Yes.
Which is like, Kimberly is like, what? Is she dangerous?
Lay down.
No, she thinks you're dangerous.
Lay down. Lay down so people can see your pretty little face at least.
Anyways.
Why are you so close to the camera?
Next-
Go back toward the avatars.
Next, Claire refuses to help. What are you doing here?
Okay, if you're
She
gonna...
can keep her collar because
It
she
does,
doesn't have...
our name's not on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't have to tag. Anyways. Kimberly then realizes next to die is Tim Carpenter.
Okay. How'd he die?
Pigeons will cause his death.
Pigeons?
Okay, pigeons, they arrive
Come
to
here,
the
baby.
scene. So, because there's that whole dentist scene before his death.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, what happens? The pigeon, he sees a body of pigeons.
A body?
I don't know, it's a bunch of pigeons. I don't know
A flock?
A flock of pigeons. And
A
he
shit ton
decides
of
to fuck
pigeons.
with them. And then they fly. There's this guy on like a crane with a plane of glass.
It's the plane of glass smush.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, and they show him like become a pancake. Yes, I remember.
Well, I don't
this
know
now.
what. He just kind of looked up and stared at it. He made no attempt to kiss. Bro had 0 survival instinct.
Okay, next death.
Next, because he just gets a pancake.
He just yeah, he pancaked.
He looks up and proceeds to be pancaked somehow. Anyways, they go see William Bloodworth.
Yes, because we want to go talk to Death personally.
who tells them only new life can defeat death.
What the fuck that mean? Someone needs to get pregnant?
Well, that's what there was a pregnant lady that was involved in the pileup that didn't get involved. Plot twist: she was never meant.
They never bring her up again?
No, she just was not actually ever gonna die in the pileup. But they don't know that.
Red herring false lead.
Yes.
Okay, Echo. You gonna?
Anyways.
Okay, if you're gonna get into frame, stay in the back so that you're in
We
frame.
survive. Isabel is the pregnant lady's name. Anyways,
Okay.
Nor. The grieving Nor Carpenter leaves the meeting before it is over. Eugene Dix leaves shortly after, saying he doesn't believe in any of the story about cheating death.
Okay. Why does
Anyways.
Death have a vendetta? I mean, with all the people dying, why does he give a shit that a couple of people are living a few more years? Makes no sense to
He
me.
has a very tight schedule. And it throws him off his groove. Anyways, Roy Peters sees a shadow.
Is he fighting with Persephone? Is that what the problem is?
One, Roy Peters sees a shadow that looks like a man with hooks. Which makes
Wait.
yeah, no, I know. It's like makes zero fucking sense.
We're only on movie 2.
Yes. And Nora enters an elevator. Guess what's in there?
Yes.
The man with hooks who decides to sniff her hair.
Ew, don't do that.
And the hooks
creepy.
get stuck on Nora's hair. And she's like, what the fuck?
And that was the thing. If I remember right, nobody thought to hit the emergency button on the elevator to halt the elevator, or did it not work? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Because there's a
'Cause
button
Death
you can
can't-
hit
'cause-
to stop the elevator.
Because
And
Death probably does some things that get in the way. Cause like
I still want to
very-
know why Death's so damn
I don't know.
vindictive. He's gonna
But
get you.
I do like how they did establish that the sensors for the elevator don't work. The elevator doors, they don't work. So like they'll just close on you.
See, I don't remember that.
Yeah, they show it when like Roy Peters' shoe getting stuck in the elevator.
Anyway,
door.
she gets decapitated.
Yes.
This really happened to a dude too. Well, kind of like it. It was his leg, I think. Died.
Anyways, it's like next they're on the hospital, on their way to the hospital to find Isabel.
And that's when the dude gets run over, right?
Then they get in a crash.
Okay. Oh wait, I'm jumping movies
You're
again, right?
jumping, you're jumping movies. Eugene has his lung punctured. Rory saves the Brian Giddens, who almost got hit by a news fan. Which I guess would have killed him. Maybe this would... hopefully... there may or may not be consequences for that action. The Life is Strange, this action will have consequences. I still want to know what watering the plant consequences are in that game.
What game was that again?
Life is Strange.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Anyways. The new fan stops and puts a hole in the its petrol tank.
Oh, so
Because
this
it
is a
hits
British article.
I guess so.
I'm like, wait, petrol?
I can't believe it. British people can watch Final Destination.
No, I just didn't expect you to say petrol.
Again, using a fandom wiki because I haven't gotten a chance to. Because again,
We want to do this before Friday, and you're going to be busy all week.
yes. It causes. Just say gas. Just say gas.
You could say petrol.
Okay.
I just wasn't expecting it, and I have
because I'm reading off of this and also like talking.
It's Saturday after a long, stressful week.
Might as well.
Your
just-
fault. and my brain's fried. It's the end of the day to boot. Brain even more fried. And then you said a word I didn't expect you to say.
It causes petrol to run down a pipe past Kate's car. Firemen work to getting Kate out of the car. Oh yeah, real quick, Kate smokes. I forgot that should have probably been mentioned a lot sooner. Because
Gasoline and a lit cigarette.
Because
how could this go
they're
wrong?
trying to use the jaws of life.
Oh, I know this one. They
hit the thing, causing the
there's a
airbag. Yeah,
there's a pipe in her head or thing. Why she was right there next to it and not like over here? I don't know.
But it's like the
airbag goes off and boom,
and then she drops the cigarette,
and that blows someone else up.
Well, no one gets blown up in this. No, at least 2 people get blown up in this one. But what happens is it sets the fire.
Oh,
the gas
put her
on
collar
fire.
back on. Ow! No! You need your collar first. Ow! No! Why did you show her the food? Okay, there you go. Ouch! Jesus Christ!
It's like it sets the gas on fire, leading all the way back to the news van, causing it to blow up, which sends barbed wire towards Rory, cutting him into pieces.
Ah, yes, because
Which it was actually a pretty good effect that they did for that scene.
Lovely fact.
Also, real quick, he was having character development.
Character development.
I guess.
In a Final Fantasy, I almost did it. I almost did it.
He was like, I think, like,
Final Destination.
yeah.
There, I said it right.
Wait, I feel like
You probably did skip, so let's just keep going. Your dad's going to bed.
Yes!
You remember?
I did. I skipped a death.
Who did you skip?
Evan.
Okay.
Ladder. His whole apartment goes in flames.
I remember that and the
This is why. Because I'm like, I feel like I skipped something.
We're trying to be topical. We have to get it out before the movie comes
It's
out.
like I feel like I skipped because that was a night. The fact that there was like a letter magnets on his fridge and one letter falls and it just says "I." Like, does Def know he's in a movie? Does Def know he's in a movie?
That would make sense. Def knows he's in a movie, which is Wile E. Coyote he's Def.
Because it's like, how the fuck? Because there's no way Evan was gonna know.
Don't die. Don't die.
Okay. Anyways,
So
yeah,
that was the fire
he
escape
slept
that
on.
kills him.
Also, he slept. No, because the only reason he's on his back when the ladder falls down is because he slipped on spaghetti he tossed out earlier, just straight up out his window.
Oh, and
Why
why
is Armada Wheeljack here now?
To check things out.
I'm gonna knock him over so he's at least dead.
Okay, you can't see him now though.
It's a good. Yes, you can.
All right. Okay. Anyway, and then Def dicks with him because the ladder falls and it like stops inches from his face.
Yes, and he's like,
and then boom.
And he should have rolled over.
Yeah, he should have rolled away.
Just. Anyways, moving on, back to where we were. 2 people just died.
Yeah, so that's 2 people.
They go to the hospital. Eugene's there. Claire goes to find Eugene because it's like. Hold up. Probably best to just read it word for word.
Remember when I predicted this would be just a quick 10-minute discussion?
Probably. Nah. This is. Really?
I was like, let's just, because the whole thing was like, let's just talk about how Wile E. Coyote death has become in these movies. And then you're like, no, I must go into detail.
It's like, oh yeah, it's like when the revelation that Isabel wasn't ever gonna die in the pile up. Kimberly just gets hit with like another vision that shows her that.
Which is also different than the first movie, because the first movie they didn't get any more but the one vision.
Yes. What?
Why is that blinking? I don't know. Death is angry.
Anyway, Claire runs to find things and finds him in the hospital room. She opens the door, which pulls on the plug out of an outlet, causing a spark and an explosion which expands through the hallway. Can Claire and Eugene. Because like
Okay.
Death was kind of like showing off
Do-
the oxygen.
Can you
shit.
tell who the author of this thing is? Because we probably should say that out of courtesy.
I don't think that says.
It doesn't say who
It
the.
doesn't say. It doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
I don't
Okay.
think it says. Anyways.
Okay. Anyway,
Kim-
continues. I tried to be nice and give credit to people's.
It's Kimberly believes that she needs to drown herself.
As you do.
Because she saw an art like a newspaper thing that's like, man, drowning victim given new life.
Okay.
You see where this is going?
Yeah, there's no logic.
Yeah. Anyway, she gets in a fan and drives it into the lake.
Okay.
Drowns, gets brought back.
Yeah, they CPR her.
Yes. And, oh, they did it. They beat Death. Oh, wait, get it. Oh, wait. Ginnison, he gets blown up at a barbecue.
Is
And
that
his
the
arm
cop?
falls on the plate of his.
Oh,
falls
that's
on
the
his
one who
mother's
almost got
plate.
hit by the
newsman, yes.
And
And
okay, so what happened to the cop?
And Kimberly? The cop didn't die.
The cop was supposed to be part of it,
Yeah,
but he didn't die.
he didn't die. They didn't reach him. The Death did not reach him.
Okay.
So we
Anyway, so the
moving on.
one guy who almost got hit by the thing
Yeah, it gets blown up.
got blown up by the propane tank.
Which they never really gave a reason why it blew up.
Wile E. Coyote.
But there's not even a Wile E. Coyote sequence. It just happens. It's just out of nowhere.
Okay, 3, which is the roller coaster.
Yeah, hold up. Final Destination, say.
If this ends up being like a 2-hour video, it's your fault.
It's a group of high school students, just like one, celebrating their graduation.
Oh, is that why you didn't want to go to Six Flags? Is that why you avoided the senior trip to Six Flags last night?
My excuse. So they go to.
No,
It's like they go on a roller coaster.
It's like just random carnival, isn't it? For like their equivalent
Yeah.
of the Pioneer
They
Days.
go on like the roller coaster, which guess whose voice is appearing over the. What's the roller coaster name?
The Cyclone.
But it's like, okay, this is 6 years after Flight 180.
Okay. So this is 2006 then.
And 5 years after the
Yeah.
route,
So depending on the month, you might exist.
and in 5 years after the Route 23 pile up, which I just called that the highway to hell.
Yeah.
That's good. That
Yeah,
sounds
so-
a lot better.
but
than
like I
route-
said,
route pile up.
Depending on the month, you exist.
Anyways.
Yay!
Wendy and her friends can. Okay, the roller coaster is called Devil's Flight.
Okay. It should have been
Guess
the
whose
first one.
voice is like, I guess, for the devil?
Is it the guy who plays the
Oh, no,
coroner?
It's Bloodworth. it's Todd's voice. So they at least found a way to put him in this one, even if his character. And then he's just completely gone from 4, and then returns in 5.
Oh.
And now his last appearance is 6. Anyways, they go to ride roller coaster.
The movie that shouldn't exist because they made a nice little package. They ruined it. It was a nice little package. Anyway, first death.
Well, roller coaster stuff happens. It's like when they, because it's like okay,
The best part of the
Frankie's
movie.
camera is involved in the disaster. So, what the hell exactly happened? Because it's like Frankie's camera gets like fucking wraps around one of the rails. Cause they're doing
Yeah, and
one
there's
of the,
so many redundancies on those that shouldn't have happened. So it's death being a dick. But
But this one has an interesting way of showing like the clues. It's through like the pictures Wendy took.
Yes, their
Which
faces
also doesn't return.
Yeah, their faces are messed up in the pictures. Is what happens.
Oh yeah, there's like the one of those dropper rides, the high dive. She took a picture. The V was missing. Who is giving these hints?
I don't know. Maybe
It's
okay.
not Death.
Death's been around since the beginning of time. Maybe he's bored because it's ridiculous.
They go into this whole topic of like the pictures, like, oh, this painting of this picture of Abe Lincoln fell and broke, and there was like a line going across his head.
Anyway, first death.
I think that.
Do we have to continue with
I
being
think
detailed?
First death is Tanner Meds.
Okay, well.
Which I don't exactly.
Okay, I'm cutting it. Here you go, take 3.
Alright, which like they just like apparently the Tanner Meds get like sayings get robbed so much they fucking burst into flames. Yeah.
Wait, is this the one where the guy gets his head squished by the weight room equipment?
Yes.
Okay. See, that's all we have to say. We don't have to go into order or detail. And then this is also the comical gymnast accident, right?
That's 5.
That's 5?
Yeah.
Because it's okay.
Because that's 5. This is also the one where like
shit.
What?
We have a problem.
What happened?
The battery's going out.
No, we should probably just end it here.
But the gymnast and the ridiculous.
Do a speed run.
Okay, so the most Wile E. Coyote bullshit. The gymnast, because she folds in half. Like, you didn't just break her neck, she folds in fucking half.
Yeah. 5 had like an actual villain with the one guy who realized that you could just have people take your spot, and he just started killing people. And he just went full villain after that. So
that death wouldn't come for him.
Yes.
Okay,
but he dies anyways.
Okay,
so
that's in
that's 5.
That's 5. What's the next one?
We need to touch 4.
Okay, what happens in 4?
Well, 4 is supposed to be the last one.
Yes, because at the very end.
They call it the Final Destination.
Yeah, and that was the best part because then they're like, "Woo, we beat death." And then they get
hit by a truck that goes through their Death by Coffee shop.
No,
because it's like
the last 2 people. They got on the plane.
Oh yeah, that's 5.
That's 5.
They get on a plane to Paris.
Yeah, and it's all like, we beat death, and then you find out it's flight.
Well, no, there's 3 people left because the one guy at the bar who gets taken out by the wheel of the plane.
I don't remember that part. I just remember
his hand fucking flies at the screen after that, and the movie ends.
Oh, they did one. Tried to do one 3D, didn't they?
Yeah, that's 4.
That's 4. Okay.
That's 4. That's primarily 4.
Yeah, but anyway, it was a great. It was.
Also, wait, there's a death in 4 where this guy gets hit by like a tank that gets like shot and he gets fucking like pushed into a. How does that? How the fuck?
Okay,
does
I know
that
what you're
work?
talking about. What you're talking
Does he
about?
have no bones?
What you're talking about is the one I thought was the roller coaster one. It's basically a Pioneer Day, Founders Day, whatever you want to call it. And so it's the Revolutionary War canon.
Yeah, that's from 3.
That's from 3.
Yes.
Okay, because I thought
because 3 also ended with like our first instance of like a double premonition with the premonition of the subway train crash. Which I think still happens despite their efforts to try to stop it. We don't, because we just hear sound effects.
We totally skipped the totally awesome racetrack.
Yeah, that's 4.
That's 4.
That was pretty good.
That was a pretty good initial disaster.
And the first death being the same first, actually being like how's that the same first death of in the premonition being the tire. But how fucking fast is that thing going?
It's going fast.
In order to cause that much damage.
It's not the first nor the last time the audience has gotten caught up in a crash at one of these races. So,
Cause like Ford had like at like some like car shop, like mechanic shop. The guy that died there gets hit by like by like one of those like long like tanks.
yeah.
It hits him into a fence and somehow cuts through his whole body.
Yeah, no, things get ridiculous in these movies. I
know.
That might be why I stopped watching them. It's just like, this is just getting too Wile E. Coyote bullshit. Like, it was
It's like I have no idea where his bones were during that.
there is no bones.
There aren't. In order to cause that to happen, and of course there was the whole mall disaster premonition.
Okay, what's the mall one? I don't know what that is.
That happens in 4. That's our second instance of. It starts with the.
Or is that the bridge?
It starts.
The bridge is the final one.
Bridge technically first because.
Well, technically the bridge is first, yes.
But it's like. Well, no, I think that depending on when the premonition of.
Oh, we didn't do our little trigger warning spoilers. You're gonna have to put it in the description. Or in the title of Mom Made Me Do This Shit.
But
I'm trying to help you build something that might pay for school remotely. You might be able to buy a book at some point.
But it's like with the way because like the mall explosion starts with the like racetrack security guy getting hit by an ambulance, which also he fucking splattered.
Yes, that's the other thing. It gets unnecessarily gory.
Splattered.
It gets unnecessarily gory the more movies they make. And then the trailer for Bloodlines. That was the most ridiculous bullshit there.
There is no blood.
No, I'm not talking about the whole scenario of that little...
Which one, the teaser or the trailer?
The one where the guy gets hung up by his nose ring.
That's the teaser. That was fucking... That was a good teaser, though.
I'm not saying it wasn't a good teaser. I'm just like, this is just like the whole reason why I stopped watching these movies. Like, what bullshit is this?
I mean, here it's like this entire bloodline isn't even supposed to exist.
Yeah, because basically the Seattle thingamajiggy tower thing or something like it.
Fuck. Exploded.
Restaurant death
fucking
from
exploded.
like what in the 50s or something? I don't know. It was the grandma. That's all I know.
It's the grandma. She kind of doomed
so
everyone. Many people.
Everybody in multiple. So how come? Okay, this is the question in the premise of Bloodlines. Why didn't they? How did everybody live to have grandchildren?
Honestly, this is like the biggest delay.
Yeah.
Man, Death must. Man,
Death is really bored. He must be fighting.
Death had to have. What might if this takes place before Flight 180?
Yes.
Death was fucking busy.
Yeah, obviously. Like never mind the famines and the wars. We need to take care of these white privileged Americans.
But it's like, okay, back to Forest Mall explosion. There is like some construction in the mall. And it's some Wile E. Coyote bullshit happening.
Wait, it's that movie theater, isn't it? Okay, that's what you're talking about. I've seen
that big ass explosion, which takes out so many people. So many people.
4?
Yes.
Okay.
So many people are basically fucked because of that. Because they. What is happening?
I don't know what they're doing. This thing is still beeping low battery at us, so...
It's like, bro... What's the guy's name?
The
protagonist of 4.
Death is... Oh, no, that's the antagonist.
Isn't it? Nick. He basically screwed... Because it's like, it's stopping that whole mall explosion from happening. he basically killed
Half the town.
half of the people. Everyone who was supposed to die is still gonna die. It's like, oh, we beat death. Truck.
Oh boy.
It did. No, it's like it did do that cool.
Anyway, so
thing.
you and your dad are gonna go see Bloodlines
Yeah.
because I don't give a shit. Because it's so wildly coyote nonsense that it's it will irritate me.
Destination originally started off as a script for a X-Files episode.
Yes, it was. It was It was supposed to be Scully's brother trying not to die, like for 30. No, how long were the episodes? They were an hour, weren't they?
I don't know. I didn't watch the show.
Shut
I
up.
have not watched the show.
You should watch the show. It's a little, but it feels a little out totally in the 90s though. There's some good. It's good. It's good. There's this one episode that like they don't air on TV, but I think it was on the DVD. I think we have it, where it was big time inbreeding
Oh God.
nonsense going on. It was crazy. Okay, so what else? Do you wish to talk about no longer having to deal with AP Bio?
This is probably a good stopping point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, what do you want to
'Cause
say? Since the next time we do a video, you will be an official graduate of high school. No, you're just scanning the thing.
Yeah.
Alright, so anyway, before this thing dies on us and maybe or maybe not actually records the thing, because I don't know if it just battery died, if it's going to save the file or not. So, I'm Texas Casey Jones, and we're doing this shit because why the hell not? And we're trying to be topical, that's why we're rushing through this one. And Mr. FanWiki over here. Are you done? Are you going to sign off?
Yeah. They have a list of like what the opening credits like
list of the-
include. Because you know how because the opening credits were like this X-ray things and it kind of showed.
Oh,
all
that was the
deaths
very
from-
last one, though, wasn't it?
No,
not the very-
no. The very last. No, 5 had the like things like falling into the credits and the credits breaking like glass.
Okay. You know.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wait, real quick. Funny enough. So, back to 3. That subway train was Train 081. Wendy like looks into him.
Well, we're trying to sign off right now, but okay, where do I put this? Just find a plug.
And the battery popped up from the bottom.
All right. Anyway,
It's like Wendy, but Wendy sees like one of those like round mirror things.
okay.
She sees the number of the train in it. It's reversed. The train is a Train 081.
I wonder if the camera picked up that sigh. Okay. Anyway, so you know, do the YouTube thing. Like and subscribe. Are you gonna sign off, or are you
There's
gonna
an
continue?
alternate ending.
What? There's an alternate ending?
It's an alternate ending.
Don't know. You're gonna get flagged for the sound.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Say your name.
I'm Cat Something or Another.
This has been a
a
production.
train wreck.
This has been a half-assed production.
This one was
What are we gonna title it?
a train wreck.
The train wreck. The trying to jump on the bandwagon.
Train wreck.
A discussion of Final Destination. Trying to jump on the bandwagon.
Just a train wreck.
That's right. Okay. Well, anyway, it's your thing.
All right. Bye.
So bye.
Bye.
Bye before this
I'm
dies.
gonna fall over.
Oh no! Death came for Cat. Oh no! Don't you dare touch my girl. Don't you dare touch my girl. No! Did you just boop? Oh god. Okay. So
It died?
no, almost. There we go. All right. Bye.
Bye.